What's up, guys? Contract02 here with another edition of What's New. I've been really thinking about this whole Daniel Bryan situation for a while, and I'm just thinking about if he were to have to drop the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, who would be the champion? Now, we know that on Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon named a couple people, obviously being a guy like maybe Kane and Triple H, obviously. But now thinking about it, like other than those two and John Cena, I guess Randy Orton and Batista too. But other than those guys I just named, I mean, there's really a lack of main event talent in the WWE, and I feel this thing is at an all-time low with guys who can literally main event a show. It's really got me thinking because I mean the last couple of months, especially the last couple of months, like. I mean, as much, I love the Shield. I love the Shield. I love Bray Wyatt, and they are new faces who get the main event the show, and I love that. But a lot of the Raws have been really feeling the same, seeing, the Shield in the main event or Bray Wyatt in the main event. There's nobody else, really. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of the guys who I guess were built up a couple of years ago are not there anymore. I mean, Edge, CM Punk, main event guys. You got Shawn Michaels who left. Chris Jericho's not here right now. All those guys, they're not there, And it's not like The Rock and Brock Lesnar are there every single week. So they're not gonna even have a Raw match. So I don't even know. Well, I don't even know why I brought them up actually. But yeah. I mean, who is there really? I mean, they have the Big Show, Kane. They recycle the same couple of guys, and that's great that they have those guys there for that, and I'm happy for that. But at the same time, there needs to be guys who are going to main event shows, going to main event pay-per-views, and even though the Shield are together as a unit, are great, and they can main event pay-per-view as a unit, all three of those guys still aren't at the level to, single-handedly main event a show. Like a lot of people saying Roman Reigns needs to split up and, win the world championship as soon as possible. In my opinion, that's a bad idea. But they need to start building these guys up. And they're doing good with the Shield. I'm not going to mention the Shield. They're doing good with Bray Wyatt. But there needs to be more. You got guys like Dolph Ziggler. I mean, Bad News Barrett, Cesaro. And I think they're starting to spill Cesaro up and Barrett as well. But, I mean, these guys, especially Barrett and Ziggler, should have been they should be above this level now, not just mid card. And they see that they want to push them, then they de-push them, and it's something that's been going on in the WWE for some time, and it's really just it's frustrating as a fan to try to. You think, man, this guy's gonna be the next big thing, and then all of a sudden they just drop the whole the whole push, and that's it. Like, for instance, Biggie Langston, a guy that I thought was going to be, become a big star. And in the back of my mind, though, I knew something was going to happen, and it did. And eventually they start de-pushing Big E. Now Big E is not even relevant on the show. He's not doing really anything. And in my opinion, to make a good star, they got to be a great wrestler for one. They got to have a good look, and they have to be able to talk on the mic. And talking on the mic is one thing that a lot of wrestlers do not get to do. I mean, just think about it. Think about it, WWE. I'm talking to WWE right here. Think about it. Two of your most popular newcomers, The Shield and Bray Wyatt. That group, those two groups, you allow them to cut promos, and the fans get invested into those talents because they're cutting promos and they're starting to really understand these guys, and they find out what their purpose is. I mean, how can you expect a guy like Biggie Langston or I don't know Zach? I don't know Zach. See, I can't even think of anybody, man. Really, wow, I really can't think. Damian Sandow to get over if they're not allowed to talk on the stick. I mean, how you probably supposed to invest in these guys? We don't know why they're wrestling. They just wrestle. They're there. That's it. We don't know anything else about them, really, That sucks. That's like what's really going on with Paige right now. As great as a wrestler Paige is, some of the fans are really just it's really hard for them to get behind her because she hasn't really spoken on the mic. Unlike AJ Lee, who when she was on her rise, she was able to be on the talk on the mic and basically show her personality and show what her character is. A lot of people don't even know what Paige is right now, but that's a whole different thing. Right, that's a whole different subject. But like I said, there's just a very there's a minimum amount of main event talent that really needs to change around. Guys like Jack Swagger, guys like Cesaro, guys like Bad News Barrett need to be elevated to the next level somehow. That needs to happen because, I mean, we're getting thin, guys. I mean, who are they going to put the title on? If it's Brian King, John Cena? Going to put on John Cena again, make him a 15-time world champion? No? Because you can't think of anybody else who could hold the title, really? They're going to give it to Randy Orton? They're going to give it to Triple H? These guys who have over a dozen world championships already? It's like, come on, man. As much as I love it, and I love these guys still being around, but the people holding the championships needs to be the young guys. It needs to be the Swaggers. It needs to be the Cesaros. It needs to be the Barretts. It needs to be the Wyatts. You know, it needs to be these guys, man. And they're just not getting pushed. I mean, why not push Kofi Kingston to the top? Why not give him another chance? He messed up once. It's been a long time. Give him another shot. Anyway, guys, it's just something that was on my mind. I mean, who do you think could really receive the title? If it were to happen, it's probably going to be Kane. I guess it makes the most sense. But, I mean, who would you give that title to? Who deserves to be the champ? At this point, not a lot of people. Not a lot of people deserve to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But yeah, guys, I just want your opinion on that. And until then, comment, rate, subscribe, stay gold, everybody. Peace.